It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Thursday, the 24th of August. I'm Michael Groff. Yesterday in the valley, 107 degrees was the afternoon high. You see, we got down to 78. That was late last night, just after 11 p.m., thanks to the rain, thunderstorms, and blowing dust that came to the valley last evening. Some spots had wind gusts over 50 miles per hour, visibility reduced to less than a mile, and some pretty heavy downpours. Sky Harbor Airport, not one of those places that got the beneficial rains, though, only 0.06 of an inch officially. Now, today we're going to start a drying trend, and that'll continue into the weekend. Moisture may start to come back next week, but the tropics are very active. So let's talk about all of it as we get out there this morning at 4:45 a.m. This was the view yesterday as some of the blowing dust started to come into the valley last evening. And we start the day out at Sky Harbor at 82 degrees. Dew points at 66, humidity 58%. The winds are light, and the barometer is steady. Temperatures out there this morning, 77 Glendale and 77 Maricopa. Those are about the cool spots here in the metro. Most of us in the low 80s right now. Satellite shows still some clouds and isolated showers and storms across northern and eastern Arizona, but we're starting to dry out. The watch warning map, hurricane warnings along the Texas coast. That is in anticipation of Harvey, which is still a tropical storm this morning. We'll talk about that momentarily. On the convective outlook, a couple of marginal risk zones for severe storms up in the Pacific Northwest through much of Idaho and Montana, as well as out in the western plains of Nebraska, South Dakota. Here's Harvey over the central and western Gulf of Mexico, continuing to churn out there and looking much better organized this morning. Here's the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Maximum sustained winds 45 miles per hour. Strengthening to a hurricane is anticipated over the next 12 to 24 hours. And then eventually it makes landfall on the Texas Gulf Coast around Corpus Christi sometime tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening perhaps. And then it just sits over South Texas for the next several days if this forecast verifies. And that is terrible news. Here's some of the models. The tropical model Paine on the left, the GFS ensemble on the right. And most of the models keep it now sitting over South Texas, just kind of looping it around. A couple of the models take it back out over the Gulf, which would cause it to re-intensify potentially. A few models take it off to the northeast, off into Louisiana, Mississippi, or even Alabama. But for the most part, a lot of these models keep it over South Texas. And if that pans out, which is what the GFS seems to think, it's going to result in torrential rains. This is the 06Z GFS, the raw QPF, the raw rainfall output over the next 10 days. And it's got rainfall amounts, a widespread area of 10 to 20 inches. Corpus Christi up to Houston, in fact, over 20 inches in many spots, over toward Beaumont, Port Arthur, Lake Charles, and then you see the maximum on here is over 32.5 inches of rain. Just incredible amounts of rain from this system if this pans out. Now, there's still a lot that can change between now and then, so you have to keep updated on this, but boy, this just does not look good for the Texas Gulf Coast. And this could have some implications on our weather going forward as well, which we'll talk about now as we check the models. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today. Around here, not much happening. A very light southwesterly flow will be in place. The air is just pretty stationary, pretty stagnant, but a very light southwesterly steering flow, so gradually drier air will filter in. But still enough moisture around and instability to warrant widely scattered showers and thunderstorms over the eastern third of the state. And here in the valley, I can't completely rule out a chance of a shower or storm this afternoon or tonight, but I would say that's about a 1 in 10 chance if we see anything at all. Maybe some blowing dust, maybe a few spots see some rain, but just wouldn't count on it. Highs this afternoon, 103 to 106 with partly cloudy skies. Tonight will be in the upper 70s to mid 80s. Tomorrow, a bit of drying goes on. The humidity levels go down, mostly sunny skies. High temperatures 104 to 107. There you see Harvey making landfall on the Texas coast. Saturday, mostly sunny skies continue. Highs 105 to 109. Harvey spins over South Texas. Here comes Sunday, and we have a surface front, a backdoor cold front approaching from the east over New Mexico. And that may start to touch off a few showers and storms in eastern Arizona. I think we're going to stay dry, but the sky turns partly cloudy once again. A bit of moisture may start to filter back into south central Arizona then. Still, high temperatures in the 105 to 109 range. Monday, the synoptic pattern starts to get kind of interesting. We have high pressure building over the Great Basin, that backdoor front just sort of sitting there washing out over eastern Arizona, and Harvey continues to spin over South Texas. Now, as a result, some of that moisture from Harvey might start to get funneled in a bit further to the west. That circulation could help to add to some extra moisture in our flow here, which could cause an extra boost in shower and thunderstorm activity. For now, because there's so much uncertainty here, we'll just say a slight chance of showers and storms for Monday. Humidity levels coming up. Temperatures might back off a couple of degrees. We should be in the 104 to 107 range. Tuesday, slight chance of showers and storms. Highs 103 to 106. I think we're going to keep temps at or maybe even a couple of degrees above normal, despite the fact that we'll have a few more clouds and chances of storms around. Harvey continues to spin over South Texas even on Wednesday. And that's just terrible news for them. And for us, just a slight chance of showers and storms continue. The monsoon flow kind of disjointed, but still sort of with us here. But then things get a little bit more interesting as we go to Thursday. This is a week from today, August the 31st. Whatever's left of Harvey might still just be kind of sitting over South Texas, but we have another tropical system down here over the Baja. The GFS has been advertising this for several runs. And, I don't like to buy into these scenarios a week out, but this is starting a trend that we should watch carefully. And this shows a tropical system of some kind, minimal hurricane, maybe just a strong tropical storm down there near Cabo next Wednesday or Thursday. And moisture would indeed start to be injected into a southeasterly flow if this verifies. So this would lead to a potential uptick in shower and thunderstorm activity, humidity on the increase, temperatures might be coming down. Here is Friday, the 1st of September. This is the start of meteorological fall. And look here, the tropical system now over the central Gulf of California, potentially a little bit of re-intensification if that happens. And then here's the end of the forecast period. This is Saturday, the 2nd of September. And this tropical system now over the northern Gulf of California. And if that's right, plenty of shower and thunderstorm activity on the increase here in southern Arizona. We have the potential for maybe even some heavy rain coming in. But I want to stress very clearly, this is 10 days out. Now, we have seen this tropical system advertised consistently on the GFS, but the positioning, the timing, the intensity of this system, very much up for debate at this point. We just don't know. It's 10 days out. I mean, there's a lot that can and likely will change between now and then. But I know that somebody, probably in our local TV or radio media, will go ahead and post this up on Facebook, Twitter, some of the social media outlets and say, yeah, you see, we got a hurricane coming. I hope that doesn't happen. So if you watch these videos, you know better, and hopefully help keep people weather-wise. That's me getting on my soapbox for the day. All right, let's check the temperatures coming off of the GFS ensemble through the period. You see, we're getting dangerously close to the 110-degree mark this weekend, but then temperatures come down, and they may even come way down as we go toward the end of next week, depending on what happens with the tropics. That's going to wrap it up for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. Our next video back here tomorrow morning. Really do appreciate you watching. Thanks for checking us out every day like you do. And if you like our videos, well, you can actually click like, and you can also subscribe to us so that whenever we post brand new videos, you get the notifications. Otherwise, be safe and have a terrific Thursday.